Yeah, we decided to do something different and go ahead and make this today's session live, featuring both currencies and stocks. Hopefully, the timing still works out on some of this stuff. Looking at Tesla, and Tesla has some very, very good news in the event in the um, Tesla shares ride is a news event. Let me see if we can get that real quick on the screen. Let's see if we can get that real quick. Yeah, so you can see update. Tesla shares rise on Musk promise to launch cheaper EVs and autonomous vehicle. Looks like he's expecting that to happen this year. Tesla shares gained, this is 29 today. Tesla shares gained, sorry, yesterday's news. Tesla shares gained 3% on Thursday after Elon Musk vowed to launch long-awaited cheaper models in the first half of 2025. We're already heading towards February, so he's saying that you can expect Tesla prices to drop, and I think because of that, um, has a positive or starting a little bit of bullish momentum. So, as you can see, the pre-market, of course, after an advanced pattern filled as well, pre-market way up here. So close the market at 388 at 404 right now, $16 move. That would have made a lot of traders trading day at $16. Let's see if we can flip over to extended hours so we can look at it. So yeah, that's pretty dope. Pretty dope. Advanced pattern, advanced bat pattern, come down, fill, take off, get a high and close, outside return. So targets for Tesla at minimum, I think we can expect to see that today, because of course we're just getting started. But a target to retesting 417. So because of the pre-market run, um, I won't take advantage of the trade because it's not at our entry. I would have had to enter. The 29th. I would have had to enter yesterday at 387. Of course, we missed that, but still going to keep our eyes on it. Maybe we know the support is down at 388, 387, and if there's a chance to get back in, then yeah. But with where Tesla has ran off to so far, doesn't look like there's going to be a viable entry for us for Tesla. But in true harmonic trading club fashion, yeah, Tesla had an advanced bat pattern, and you know what those can do. Another company we're looking at, Form Factor. Um, I don't know much about this company, but I'm okay with just taking a quick peek at it. Um, this company had popped up on a search that I did for for some of the quantum computing stocks, and it popped up $38.97 close yesterday. I'm sorry. The close was, I can't see what the close was. 38.97, but now at 39.70, so almost a dollar. Oh, you can. Let me go back to the chart real quick. I'm gonna have to flip back and forth a little bit, but you can see the little bit of bullish momentum. Actually met all of our criteria too. Um, there was enough space for to make it a little bit more efficient. I don't know what happened with that. And we'll find some things that we're gonna take on this, but there was enough space for it to kind of breathe, be oversold as we need on RSI, be oversold, complete the pattern, and should be a pretty nice run. we'll look at the entire move. We'll look at the entire move. So we'll go from A to the entry to basically a little bit after D to where price action came down. And uh, to hit both targets, we would have to get up here to 45.65, 45 $7 move on a daily chart. So it probably take us about 3 or 4 days to get up there. But I do think that it's possible, and it will be spraying by this bad pattern. Got a lot of ways. You can see a lot of bullish volume coming in as well. Um, Yesterday's candle closed green, of course, so we just would hope to come and fill this gap too. Another thing that usually happens when the market reverses in your favor, come fill this gap and take that all back. Here's the structure the structure in the highs is actually at 45.05. Um, but you want to look for 61%. You want the percentage of the recovery, not necessarily the structure all the time, because then you can leave money on the table. And for me, it's usually the ratio over the structure, because you'll get the structure and then you'll kind of get like price action pushing. So um, when the market opens, $39 will definitely trade that. I don't know how many we can afford to buy, but we will go ahead and take form. On the foreign currency side, we've actually been in euro dollar for a couple of days now. Okay, advanced pattern. You got a double top, come down. So it was really, really, really tight squeeze to get up there and fill. Really, really tight squeeze to get up there and fill. But he just wanted to wick up and reach up and touch someone. Like I tell you, that's what happens to these. So I'm gonna look at some currency pairs too. But as you notice, 1, 2, 3 advanced patterns. So again, like whether you like it, hate it, understand it or not, the market continues to create advanced patterns over and over and over again. And as I tell people, it's okay. So what's happening is price action is going one way, and people that are trying to buy during this correction, they're losing money. While a pattern trader like me is really just sitting here down here waiting, because I know where the entry is. I know when it's time to buy. And you see the bullish volume coming in. You see oversold condition here. And then even though it looks like price continued to come down, right? Even though it looks like price continued to come down, it was actually getting stronger. It's bullish divergence, okay? One of the things you want to look for when you're any trade that you take, you should be looking for a bullish divergence. So this trade, and it's to be honest with you, it feels good to be a technical trader. And then I'm only going to get better, and the skills will only strengthen as I begin to combine the fundamentals and news with my technical skills. So you really want to, at some point, be able to combine the two. Going to help you decide which trades you don't even want to be in. It's going to help you be able to decide when you want to just get the hell out the way. And then sometimes you might feel aggressive and you say, forget it, I don't care, which is going to get you hurt sometimes. But if it's not in your bias, if the news is not in your bias. Now, if the news is in your bias, it's good. Like this is an event where the news is actually in my bias for Tesla at the right entry. What was at the right entry before the pre-market reaction to it. So let me see what else we can find. I don't know if we're going to do a whole bunch of quantum stuff or what. Let me see who else is on here. Microsoft share slide. I don't see how that could be when, from what I'm understanding, Microsoft has combined the DeepSeek that everybody's talking about, DeepSeek technology, with Azure. So I don't see how. This is from the lesson I was giving yesterday. But let me pull back a little bit and see what we had here. Oh, this was me calling out the double top for it. So I think I was right on that from a fundamental perspective. So tops up here that of course it couldn't break, and then tops up here in the 450s that couldn't break, and devastating rollover pretty much. Then recovery, then again right here, then again right here, topping off in the 440s, high 440s, 447, um, double top, and then rolling over. And I'm projecting, I did this yesterday actually. It's got a while to go, and I'm actually projecting a short target on B of A to 432. Wow. So um, it's not like I would buy at 432. Actually, at this point in time, with the fundamental that's in front of me, the news event that's in front of me, I wouldn't buy it. You know, I'm not gonna jump in and pay for anything for a share of Microsoft right now until I see it's at a point that makes sense. Very very strong chance that um, even a retest of this action down here for Microsoft before you see buyers coming in again, and that looks to be a $425, something like that, 424. So no, Microsoft is definitely not on the table. Um, there's a lot of other stuff in here. So some of the other stuff, real quick, because we're just browsing. PLTR Palantir stuff. How much? What are they doing? $80. Kind of the same thing for whatever reason. You know, having trouble getting new highs. Nothing harmonic. No real. There's no real setup for us in here. You know, from a swing and day trading perspective. Trying to make attempts. There might be. I might have to just come out. I might have to come in closer. I might not be able to look at this one so far out. So um, come out to the 5 minute and see if there's anything. Well, pre-market is jumping around pretty crazy. And let's see what was here. And again, there's no pattern. There's a possible bat here. Wow. Okay. Okay. So we can understand. So help us understand what happened at 86. There we go. Okay. So we know what happened. All right. You guys see how I did that? So look, eyes recognized, in there, and then you heard me say, "Oh, wait a minute, looks like there's a possible bat in there." You see it filled. See the bat filled. This is for the people trying to trade Palantir. They got hit with a bat pattern. These things are going to react. They got hit with a bat pattern at $80, now down to 70. Can expect, a correction on this one, a 5 minute chart, small time frame, but this is going to hurt the scalpers that don't understand advanced pattern recognition, as price is probably going to fall to about 79 even. Not going to hurt them too much. They're going to lose maybe about $1, but still, like, you don't lose it all. You want to be out the way of this type of stuff. You don't want to be in the line of fire. I guess that's what I'll call it. You want to be in the line of fire. When something like this is happening. The green is getting kind of ugly. I've used probably too many of them. Use this bright blue one for Palantir. Seems like it fits their color scheme. So yeah, definitely a reaction on that. So there's nothing there for us. Had we seen that coming, would I have shorted it? Absolutely. I would not have put in a limit order. I would have watched. I would have just simply, it's possible, but I would have looked at basically the bearish divergence. That would have been my signal right there, that when the candle closed, when the green candle closed, looking to enter on the red one. I would have been looking at trade. We're on a 5 minute chart. So no limit order on something so tight. You're going to get the printing of the lower low, lower close on RSI, signaling the bearish volume was strong enough for price action to roll over. and not to mention he could not get the higher high, higher close over here. So uh, rejected. Price will come back. Probably see another attempt, but there's no telling when. It's Palantir. Some of these other things, some things that I really like on here. Oklo, stuff that I already have, of course. Um, so if I just come back, Oklo, it got here, of course, using the advanced bat pattern. I'll tell you something you didn't know, right? You already knew that if you're talking to me. And then in typical A to B is equal to CD fashion, you see it running. We are live in this trade too, but we'll just talk about it. A typical A to B is equal to C and D fashion. We have a target already. Why are we in this trade? Because from the A to B, it came down and dropped right into the 618 golden ratio, right? What more can you ask for? The 618 retracement is going to give you a 127 extension, or an A to B is equal to CD pattern. A to B is equal to C and D, right? So somewhere in between the 127 and 1414 on the dot. So that's why you see us targeting basically this space here. Inside of this zone here is the kill zone. Our target zone is in this space, right? So, but of course, it was spraying. The A to B is equal to CD pattern is a harmonic pattern. It is the original Gartley pattern. But then the ones that you see that, have the, triangle looking tool look, that's called the 222 Gartley pattern. Okay. So they're both Gartley patterns. This is a Gartley pattern. And then when you see, so this is not Gartley, this is BAT. But on Gartley, it's basically based off of A to B is equal to CD, but it's on the other side. Okay. A to B is equal to CD to complete the pattern after the X to A leg. And you want to know more about that, you got to go back and look at the Gartley pattern video, how to trade the Gartley pattern video in the Harmonic Trading Academy playlist. So just looking back over some stuff, that you guys might have seen, some of the stuff that I've been looking at and trading lately. Got the same type of action here, probably even a little bit better. SoFi, which I'm starting to lose confidence in. Because every time it tells you technically that there's a look that something's going to work, it just, for whatever reason, it doesn't. So Oklo is kind of trying to give us that 2618 look. And if you want to know more about that, go look at the 2618 video. Okay, so in this case, a double bottom followed by a break and close. Okay, double bottom followed by break and close beyond previous structure and the V-neck. Okay. Okay, so this is why we are going to just maintain our long bias for SoFi, the 2618 technique. Okay, so this basically this higher high H3C, this higher high higher close that we got, that was pretty cool. But that was good. Higher high higher close above this one, previous high, right? Structure high. Previous structure high. Okay. So break above previous structure. So outside return, new structure high. Previous structure, new structure high. So I'll just add one more thing and just say new structure high. Okay. So higher high, higher close than this. New structure high. Taking out this high. And then a 618 retracement, dropping into the golden ratio. I already have a block right there, but just wicking down and touching that, and then giving us the A to B is equal to CD action. If it ever happens, SoFi has been really, really tough with a target of $20. So very, very simple technical outlook on that. I wish I had more patterns and stuff. And it had it back in the day when I had first came across it, back when it was really whole lot cheaper. There were some harmonic patterns. Actually, I have a SoFi video too, in the regular discussions and breakdown playlist. There's a SoFi video, but remember, none of this is construed as trading advice. This is for entertainment and educational purposes only. As always, construct a professional of your choice when it comes to what you're going to do with your capital in the market. But that's my outlook. It's not the strongest, but it's worth the risk, kind of, because SoFi is not an expensive stock. It's not going to kill you if SoFi is moving in between 16 and $15. As long as we don't come um, as long as SoFi doesn't, come down to $13, I think we'll be okay. But gonna have to hold off and just see where they're going. And SoFi is the one we're really gonna have to pay attention to. Uh, Fundamentals, the news and the analysis on it. So 557, just waiting for the market to really open, and hopefully we don't have to stay here too long. But as you can see, we are actually still teaching some of the strategies right here. Now, if you want everything, just go to the videos where everything is broken down step by step. There's 2618 video there. There's A to B is equal to CD pattern video there. Bat Cipher Gartley video there with the butterfly pattern coming very soon. Maybe this weekend, I'll drop the butterfly pattern, and then we're just going to keep going and going and going. So, who else? Archer, ACH. I'm just trying to catch one of these that I'm not already in. I'm in a bunch of positions already. Archer is not a good one because Archer is double 2618, the bearish the other way. Double top, break and close beyond previous structure, beyond the V neck, with a lower low, lower close. Okay. And then a 618 retracement. Well, he tried close enough. And then a 618 retracement. And then a possible, this is Archer Aviation, by the way. And then a very possible retest to 798. Target twos for a trader who would have been aware of this setup bearish on Archer. Target two would be right here. This next set of structure at 695, which happens to be a 127 extension of the high to the low. I see a lot going on out there. This is right in confluent. This 127 is confluent with this structure. That's pretty beautiful. But good setup. The traders out there, regardless of your strategy, I think that, and regardless of your level, some really good traders out there, all kind of styles and techniques. I just do not understand how you can trade this market without Fibonacci. I just wanted to say that. Probably a little bit biased. A lot of that stuff is almost kind of not reserved, but it kind of goes with structural analysis and pattern recognition. But if you've been avoiding it, I'll say that if you've been avoiding Fibonacci because you just really don't understand it, just take the time to learn it. It just almost kills me when I see a trader in the market and I do not see any fibs. In my opinion, it is almost impossible to trade this market without fibs, and the fibs correspond to structure and your overbought and oversold conditions and the percentage of a correction, and I just do not see how that can happen. Let's take a look at so we looked at euro dollar. Oh, look at that correction. Okay, so all right, so we've come out of that, and this is going to get very interesting right here. Okay, euro pushing up, and there was news for euro. So their central bank news must have just came out. I was just reading about it a few seconds ago. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on euro dollar because even though we had the cipher pattern, and it looks like Yeah, so already taking half of the profit here at 382. It looks like that's all I'm gonna get is that, but already taking the profit and rolling the stops down to it. So out of here, I would have loved to get 618. It's possible, but if you notice, I anticipated that already, right? So even entering here, writing down to the 382, and then taking half the profit. And then when he came back, he took me out of the trade. That's okay. But I also went and wrote out the coming 2618 double top break and close 618. It's going to be overbought at the time. So it's going to be overbought. And it's going to potentially open up a short opportunity. As you notice, I already had an arrow there, just anticipating that this would happen. Plus, there was some structure there. Not a lot, but there's some stuff there to worry about. You know, it's like they say, look left, structure leaves clues. So there was definitely some stuff there to worry about. You know, whether I like it or not, that doesn't matter. What's there, the market's going to react to that. And in this case, if this works out like I think, if it goes high enough into the zone, then there'll be an opportunity to jump back in short and go hit my 382 again, and then maybe even a 618. So it's going to give me an opportunity to get right back involved in the cipher that I was already in. But so euro dollar, let's go look at pound dollar. Pound dollar should have the same look. Just want to take a quick sweeping look through the euro pairs. Pound. Go look at pound dollar, see if there's anything that makes sense. Yeah, very much so. So watch this out. Check this out, guys. Glad I came over here to look. So, pound dollar. As long as I'm good on C, this will work. And it wasn't. Let me come back out. Okay, so no, it's not. So I was hoping. Let me talk about this real quick. This would be a good opportunity to talk about this. Um, oh, very, very pretty powerful head and shoulders too. Nice head and shoulders. Nice head and shoulders. Okay. We do have a head and shoulders video coming as well, as you just saw me right out. But that would have been a perfect setup. I wish I would have saw that. I really wish I would have saw that. That would have been a perfect setup. That would have been, yeah, you can't ask for too many things easier than that. But even with that said, your first instinct sometimes, you got to remember the rules of engagement when it comes to these, is what must have happened, what must happen, and what can't. And I found myself almost reaching back for an old rule. Okay, so in this case, here's the swing high. Okay, here's the swing high. Okay, here's a lesson. And I wanted cipher, right? Which would have been this guy here. Okay. Now the problem is I don't. If you're looking at the numbers move, I don't have the requirement, which was a 127 extension for which would be C here. That's 120. I need 127. I needed C to be down here for it to be valid. Okay, and then I would have been setting up. But that's from the high. Sometimes your instincts are going to tell you to find a way to make it happen. Come down here to this shoulder. Well, this is not the swing high. And these patterns, that impulse is swing high to swing low. You don't just get to cheat and make the cipher pop up where you want, because if you try to do that, the market's going to give that to you. Okay, a cheating one. I didn't even get 127 here. 125. Okay, so this still helps me bring home the lesson. Either way it goes, from both, even trying to cheat, there's no cipher. So you got to say, as bad as you would have wanted a cipher to be here, which would have looked like this. I'll show you the real one. 127. Let's put them down here. And then 786. Okay, 786D. Somewhere right here. Okay, cool. So as bad as you want that, okay, the fact of the matter is it never happened. You don't have a valid C leg. Okay, so you don't have to worry about shorting here because now that this is not cipher, it's very likely that something else will happen there. That's what I was trying to explain in the cipher video. But this one is not bad. I said, the problem with a trader here is the real trade that they missed was the head and shoulders. I'm not even worrying about the cipher. So, and then plus it looks like, yeah, let me clean up real quick. Looks like there's gonna be, oh, and there's an hour left, but he's pushing up. So it looks like all this stuff is gonna be violated. Yeah, it just happened. And I'm on a 1 hour chart, right? So it looks like, yeah, so this already has a higher high, higher close. Not a higher higher close. This already has a higher close. Okay. Um, yeah. Yeah. Higher high and higher close. Okay. Higher high and it's a higher close in this guy. Okay, so this has H3C at least for right now. It's not new structure high. It's not NSH. It's not new structure high, but it's higher close simply because that changed. Okay, um, indicating that you should see continued. The next area is basically up here somewhere. Yeah, that's the next stop. So having a long bias. Now that's kind of crazy to have that long bias for pound dollar when I have a short bias on euro dollar. Usually most of the pairs are doing the same thing. So let me move this down here with the currency pairs. So anyway, there's no trade for us because we missed the head and shoulders, and I to trade pound dollar basically I would need so he came up here, um, and I would need him to come back to what was resistance. He's breaking it to become support. I would need a certain percentage of the on the correction, maybe as far as down as 618, really deep, and then would I go long with a target 1 right here and a target 2 to retest this guy here. That would be my play, but a lot has to happen for that to happen. For all we know, this could just roll over. This could just be a fake out, and pound dollar could roll over. Um, More than one way to skin a cat. Another way to look at this would be when on this impulse here, when price action was running up, it corrected. Okay. It corrected. So higher close, outside return. So new structure high, outside return. And you could be looking at something like this. So a clone. You could be looking at something like that, or what is a 1618 extension off this 382 retracement. So again, I need to find something that's 1414. We do 1618 too. I need something to be I need something at entry, and so far I haven't like really walked in anything that's where I would enter. This would have been perfect. This would have been perfect, and the head and shoulders would have been perfect. Okay, so but I've already missed all that stuff. So this outside return entry right here, I think that's a little bit more than 382. Let's see. It's probably come here. How to low? Yeah, it's right a little bit. Oh, 380. Oh, it's 50%. Okay, 50% on the retracement. Okay. So yeah, drops into 50, and that's going to give you a 1414 extension. That's going to put you right in here. Perfect. So that's, but what we did do is kind of now we have a pretty accurate outlook on pound dollar. Okay, so comes, he continued, found support there, and in the form of a head and shoulders, and looking for targets up there. pretty good. I just need a way in. I'll take a shot if I can find a clean way in. There's no way in. I really need price action to go ahead and finish doing what he's doing, um, and uh, come back and let me in. That's what I need. Euro dollar, pound dollar. Let's look at dollar CAD. Where we at? 611. Let's look at dollar CAD real quick. Just run into the dollar pairs in forex. Um, Not too much going on because we already have, most of our stuff is already tied up in stocks. And um, if there was something good, perfect, there would. Oh, you know what? I forgot. I forgot. Forum. Is the market open yet? No, pre. We got 15 minutes. We are going to add forum, though. I almost forgot about that. I'm glad I went to go look back. Like, wait a minute, there was something I wanted to buy. So, forum. But euro dollar, pound dollar. This is supposed to be NZD. NZD USD should say the same thing. So NZD USD, what do they have for us? Kind of like the same look, higher close. Whoa, look at that. That was beautiful. I could have put this on the 2618 video. I should have, but didn't see it. When you had a double top, followed by break and close beyond previous structure, followed by 618 retracement. That would have been beautiful. 2618 technique. And then from the right side shoulder, it's going to be close, I think. From the right side shoulder, swing high to swing low, just wicks up close enough to it. An aggressive trader would have taken that for a very, very powerful winner. Pretty work. But we weren't there. So what else is here? That grabbing the cipher tool here. Oh, that's ugly. Is that too high? Let's see. Let's check it out. Let's go to 4 real quick. I end up pissing myself off. Okay. So we're not going to cheat and just take that one. Let's do this. We're going to be way out. I don't think we're even going to be close. 127? No cipher. So same thing, no advanced pattern. The Gartley already won. That would have been pretty nice. Gartley already won and paid. So let's see. Remember when I was talking about, remember the cheating conversation again? So this is what I was warning the traders to do. You guys are watching me combat this live, actually, because it's so easy to want to try to draw something up from here. I mean, you can, okay? So X, A, B, C, D, 786. Oops, that's 776. I want 786. 786. Okay, I'll just leave them there. So remember what I was saying. It's going to be hard. This one is actually not cheating. This is actually, you can call that your impulse. That is identifying the next to A leg. So I try to squeeze that in there. But grabbing the extension and trying to validate it from from X to A and coming back. And then remember, must touch the 127 extension of X to A. Can go as high as the 1414, but cannot close beyond the 1414. See, I knew before I even drew this out that at least on the 1 hour chart, see 1414. So I knew that on the 1 hour chart it was invalid. All right. So remember I said don't try to force it. Okay. Don't try to force it. And a lot of traders, if they are pattern traders, if they're like Cypher, they would have tried to trade that and they're getting the reaction. You got some bullish volume. You actually have all the stuff. You got so people would ask like, well, why not? Because not being in a trade does not mean you lost or missed money. It just means that you're not in a trade, and it just means that you're going to get into it the right way. So it's going to help with your discipline. And you got the reaction, and the trader would have made a few dollars. But here's what the trader could do on that before we move on to the next pair. The 1 hour doesn't work, but I probably guarantee the 2 hour doesn't work either. 2 hours still. So the trader would have been 3 hours. This is what the trader we doing doesn't. 4 hours. Trying to find his way back. So here we are. You find your way back to the 4 hour. And on the 4 hour, the rules are not validated. But you don't want to send yourself through that to force, um, you know, something to happen. In this case, yes. If you identified this on the 4 hour chart, 86, you could, you could. What happens to you? I don't know. One, you're just jumping in the middle of structure when you probably don't have to. I'll show you what you could have did with this. Um, Two, you had to do so much cheating coming off the 1 hour chart all the way down to the 4 hour chart just to find where you touch the 1414 but don't close beyond the 1414 just to make your cipher work. Okay. And it is working with in cipher fashion. Pretty much a perfect fill. And then you see I'm going to work. So to be honest with you, even though this is risky, I can't really complain. I can't really get too mad at that. It did work. But it's not what's required on here. Let's clean up real fast and we'll talk about it. So this is turning into a podcast, more of a just teaching, training, stuff like that. It's got a lot of good stuff in it. Let's go through some of the stuff that really is happening. So, off top, first thing is Mr. Double Bottom, okay? So, watch how many things could have happened here. First is the opportunity to trade the double bottom. That would have been first, okay? So, let's go and put that little V in there, right? Double ten. So, that's perfect, valid. Remember the rules of engagement, okay? Rules of engagement, double bottom. Lowest low, lowest low, lowest low must meet the lowest close, but cannot close beyond it, meaning that a candle could not have come and closed beyond this low here, right? So perfect double bottom, you see, with the clean little V in the middle. And then, of course, you get your reaction. Get your reaction, boom, like it should, because it was a reversal pattern. This is actually a true reversal pattern. So this becomes basically your starting point. This becomes your initial high, outside return. Let's just write it out. Starting point, initial high, outside return, new structure high, outside return, new structure high, outside return, new structure high, outside return. Okay, so all you've done is basically identified a trending market, right? Which is a pretty good thing. That's what you want, right? Starting point, initial high, outside return, new structure high, right? Outside return, doesn't get the new structure high yet, doesn't trying. So this is what's important as he's trying, reject, he finally gets it. Outside return. So all you've done is identified a trending market, and then that would have been your entry right in that area. So you basically, this understanding this action that started off this double bottom and then turned into a 2618. Let me show you that part too. So remember we were talking 2618. Double bottom followed by break and close followed by 618 retracement. Double bottom followed by break and close beyond previous structure followed by 618 retracement. You should be asking yourself, why did that happen? And then remember, I told you it's okay. It's not going to always just bounce right off 618, but I typically like to use the zone for entry in between 618 and 786. Exactly what happened here. Target 1, a retest of structure. Target 2, A to B is equal to CD pattern or 127 extension of the right shoulder. So 127 extension of the right shoulder. Target's right there. And just notice that it would have hit target 2 just fine. Okay. So beautiful trending market work. So now the next thing to do is, okay, I like this trend. I like this trend. I want to get involved. I want to get involved. I do too, by the way. I like this. So what's needed is a way to get in. We're close enough. We know where market is going. We know that we're coming up here to retest this guy here. And we also know that if we just clone this, we're trending. So we know we're going to have A to B is equal to CD action. And it's going to come up here, right? So we know that this is where we eventually want to get. And it's really just about how to get in, right? How do we get in? So market has already tried to let us in the form of this double bottom here. It's not really a double bottom, but kind of like a retest there. I wouldn't. I'm a little. Sometimes I can be aggressive. I wouldn't want to have to wait for that to consolidate and give another shot here. I think. I think, to be honest with you, trader. There's two things a trader can do: either leave this alone or make a decision. You're either gonna have to take this with leaving this meat on the table here, right? He's going to have to be aggressive and say, I have enough. I'm okay with giving up this equity here. Okay, you would have wanted to enter here. He's going to have to say, okay, that's going to just have to be a zone that's good enough for me. Anything in that zone, knowing that that's where he's going. So let me just take a look one more time at the 4 hour. Yeah, that's looks like that's very, very possible to continue on that trend. Even it would have been nice to see him just fire straight off and go get it. The only other problem is that would suggest that NZD is going up, so USD is going down. So that's a tough one. Let me see if we looked at it on the daily chart. Does it make any difference? Let me clean up. Yeah, so he did get that, and then he got an outside return. Yeah, so that's a pretty good look at it. But yeah, that's a tricky one, and I'll show you what's tricky about it. Is this action that's going to work? Will it be the action off the 4 hour chart, or will it be the action on the day chart? Now that's where the trader could get hurt, because the day chart would suggest that yes, you have hit when you got the higher close, you got the 382, you got bullish volume. You would have to better hope that this is going to be a 382 retracement and not a 618 retracement. So this is one where, this is the thing that the other gurus, they're not going to tell you. This is one where you had two choices. And if you don't want to get hurt, you better be right. Because if the reaction off this is based off the higher close off of this low here, you better hope that 382 retracement is good, and that it doesn't want a 618 retracement. If you're saying, okay, I'm okay with that, whatever it is, I'm okay with it, right? If you're willing to do that, if you're willing to take that shot, the market better been okay with this 382 retracement, and then this is just pretty much just price action, as market is proving that it can't close below any of it can't not create a new structure low, and then it's going to be off to the races. So that is really, really tough. That is really, really tough. That is really, really tough. That is a very, very, very tough decision. That is a very, very tough decision. All right, just those three. The video's going long enough. We're going to cut this up, and send it up for people to review and watch. It's got some good technicals in it. It's got some 2618 stuff in it. It's got some harmonic conversation in it. So hopefully there's some value in this. Wanted to come out and wish that there would have been more. Kind of like forgetting that I've pretty much done everything that I wanted to do. Besides, this is the only thing I'm going to be doing is entering off a form. not a trade signal. This is me talking about what I'm doing. um, and then the other stuff that we had already did, which was hoping for another push up on euro dollar to inch short after we won on the cipher pattern. There's a couple of others that we might want to look at. Dollar CAD, AUD, USD, and USD JPY. Maybe I'll do those three tomorrow. But for now, you guys take care. Just wanted to come out and talk to you guys. I'll see you guys on the next one, the Harmonic Trading Club. Like, subscribe, share the video with any aspiring trader. Appreciate your support as we continue to grow out this content, and we got a long way to go. You guys take care of yourselves. We'll be back.